You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang. Hey, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 169 of Shades of Blue.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Nice.
We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both the men and women's game, spanning both sides of the Mason-Dixon line. We making art over here, capitalize the A. I am Chocolate. I'm here with the show bros, Tarek, Sharpie Charlie, and Tom, the dirty boy bomb. How's it going?
Why I gotta be the dirty boy?
Nice. I was trying to understand. He gave you a wrestling nickname?
I was like, I know I took a shower today. I was like, wash my legs and everything. Like, I don't understand why.
Man. There we go. I'll upgrade you. The nasty man.
Whoa. That's reserved for players that play for Olympic Marseille, and I don't do
that. That's fair. Anyway, we'll keep it moving. What's up, Sharpie? What's up, Derek?
You know, joy and pain, they're like sunshine and rain. They come together. There's joy in my life with soccer. There's pain in my life with soccer. But it's okay. You know, that's what happens week to week.
Yeah, man.
Just glad to be here, man. Just glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Glad to be with you, show bros. If you're watching on YouTube, like that video, hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment on what you thought on the episode. If you're listening to the audio-only journey, some Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, any of those podcast streaming services that allow you to rate, please give us a top score, 5 stars, 10 out of 10, whatever it is. Max that out for us and leave a review. It helps push us on the algorithm, connect with other most dope individuals like yourself. But the best way to help the podcast is subscribing to our Patreon. We have 2 tiers. The $6 a month tier is the best tier. You get all of our content. You get this episode that drops weekly. You get it a whole 24 hours before all the free spaces get it. You get the episodes ad-free. There are no ads listening on the audio version. There's no ads if you watch it on the video because of YouTube. We get extra episodes, match previews, about to start hitting up all of these interviews on top of it, breaking bread, chopping it up. So much fantastic content. And also, you get a 15% discount to our merch store. I always forget to say that. All right. Today, we are going to start off with our baby blue baddies. I figured we kind of just get, the bummer, the sadness out of the way. But also, yes, you hate to lose. Still got that 8-point lead. We'll talk about it. And then we got City Men. That's backs-to-backs wins. And then we got Soul for City on the weekend. Come on. I think you can guess how we're going to feel about that. So, let's get into the things. Baby blue baddies are Manchester City women's segment. Let's go. Okay. So this win against women's Super League against Arsenal at that stadium that they do such a good job of filling it up. Really, it is so amazing. The win. Speaking of amazing, that win against Chelsea though, it created massive fallout at the club. We got people fired. We got a surprising person extended with their contract. Like, who's bigger than us? We do those things.
This is the second week in a row I get to say I can't wait to record the 12 tomorrow so I can hear Mark crash out about everything that's going on at his club.
It is chaos.
The evil empire.
And if you, I know that the Athletic did a interesting article on, what's my guy's name?
Tom?
Paul.
Paul, the homie Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah. His departure from the club, how that was communicated to the club, who was looked. Haley Carter might be one of the funniest people in WOSO because there was a part in the story that said like several people were thought to might be brought in, including amongst them Haley Carter of the Washington Spirit, and she clipped a part of that part of the article and put it on Blue Sky. It's like, huh, that's weird. That's all she said. Which like just that's very interesting.
She was like, now why am I in it? Like,
correct.
What?
Yeah, like she was very much Nene Leakes. Like, why am I in it? It kind of sounds like Sonia won a power struggle against Paul, which is why she got extended, and then like they extend her, and then Paul gets let go. So yeah, it's very, very interesting.
So watch our episode of the 12 that will be dropping Thursday late night, Friday morning to find out more. So Jeggy, he was talking about Arsenal. He said they have the skill players that can hurt you, the pace on the wings. If they make things difficult for you, they are going to be a tough team to beat, basically. He did ask how the ladies were doing, or at least going back to the joy of the win against Chelsea. What was that win like? Like, did he see what he wanted to see out of the players on the pitch?
The goal, we are not only running to the goal scorer, we're also running to the keeper because Yama is doing a great action just before one of Caroline's goals, and that's the one where Alex Greenwood is running towards her and celebrating with her. I think that shows something about enjoying every moment.
And there was a lot of joy in that match, so that is what I think was extra disappointing about this game against Arsenal. The starting 11 is the usual: Yamashita, Kasparai, Rose, Kanak, Greenwood, Hasegawa, Blinn Kilday, Kemp, Carolyn, and Bunny Shaw at top. The game ended 1-0 Arsenal with a 17th minute goal by Olivia Smith. So during the watch along, like Sharpie and I are like really proud of how the ladies are playing. I'm specifically being like, look at them. They're like stuck in the back, just standing there. They don't know what to do. Our team is shutting them down. And then a pass to Caldente. She dribbles around our midfield, lays it right off to Smith. She powers past Bex. I have no idea how that happens. And dribbles around Yamashita and just kicks it into the goal. After all, I was just talking about how solid they've been defensively, and then 15 seconds later, they score on us.
I really I know we're going to talk about Olivia Smith and some comments that Natsep Hines made about her, but I think that we were expecting her to play. I don't think that we were expecting her to play centrally, and I think that one of the things that she offers that Stina Blackstenius doesn't is, even though Stina Blackstenius is a taller player and she is a stronger player, she doesn't have that low center of gravity. So when you have a taller player like Rebecca Canuck, especially against somebody who like is essentially a bowling ball, that's the type of center forward that Olivia Smith is, that low center of gravity just kind of allows her to like muscle her off the ball. Also, that Yui defending on Caldente, that did not necessarily spark a lot of joy, like to allow that pass. So it's like, ooh.
That might have been the one time that you go, oh, Yui's tiny.
Yeah.
Like, it's like looking at Rico Lewis try to stop, I don't know, Sandro Tonali or something. Like, it's like, this ain't gonna work, bro. It ain't gonna work.
Right.
I guess, I mean, we might as well. I mean, we're talking about Smith. I guess specifically, what about Juggy's statement or what of Juggy's statement stuck out to you, Tom?
Let's see, let me reread it real quick.
Because I have him on the loss and like what happened, and naturally the no call.
But, can we talk about that? Let's talk about, like, I think that we have talked about PGMOL being the worst officiating group within all of UEFA. And I mean, I guess equality, they're equally as bad for the women as they are for the men. Like, yay. But that's egregious. That, like, to not call, like, I'm not even saying that should necessarily be a red.
Yeah.
Like, but give a card. Like,
it's a denial of a score opportunity. Yeah, like she slides. They're on a goal. The ball doesn't even move. The ball keeps going. Like she
never contacts the ball.
Yeah,
ever.
Exactly. It was very fuss. It was and not only was she wrong, she was. It's like you're gonna be loud and wrong. So she like did it and was like, and like turned away and walked away. And then there was also a moment, was it Carolyn got knocked down? It was somebody got knocked down. They grabbed her head and she looks at them and just keeps running and then looks back at them, keeps the play going. Like she keeps checking on the person holding their head and then reluctantly goes, okay, fine, I'll blow the whistle. And it's like, bro, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah. And I think you, in a situation like this, like, for two of the top 4 teams in the league playing at a stadium that obviously also hosts Premier League matches. Like, I get based off of competitive balance, not every stadium is equipped for VAR, but clearly this one is. Like, when Arsenal men play there, there's VAR. And for there not even to be a chance to like look at that, like for somebody like call down to her, like, hey, I think you need to look at that again because that was like, and I also wonder, like, I think that because in situations like this, sometimes when a name player will do that, or a name player, not to say that Lauren Hemp is not a name, but like Mariona Caldente was, a finalist for the Ballon d'Or, and for there not to be, you wonder if like the player's reputation is like, oh well, Mariona Caldente would never put a foot wrong like that, so like clearly this is not a foul. Like, I don't know. It's extremely frustrating, and it's like disappointing from Abigail Byrne, who at one point I would have said is one of the better referees in the WSL. And you get a call like that and you're like, well, damn.
I mean, 2 things can be true. She can be very trash in this game and still technically be one of the best, which is sad. But I think for me, it was so bad that, like, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, Juggy was like, yeah, we need to introduce VAR. Like, that's how bad it is. To be like, no, we need to figure it out. He's like, I understand the different conditions, the different pitches, but figure it out. Because if you're going to be a top-level league, you can't have that blatant mistake. Like, if it was a closer race, that could cost City the title. Like, the difference of gaining a point versus dropping 2, right? Or, not earning any. Because we were probably going to get a draw after that. Cool. You take a point earned on the road and you move on. Unbeaten streak stays intact, whatever. And now it's just gone. And it's like, bro, like, it was so clear. It wasn't a offside call that was a little off. It wasn't I couldn't tell if it shoulder or arm. No, it's just she clipped her as she was running on goal. So I think it was Doxo. What else is a clear goal scoring opportunity if you're not on the way to the goal and the keeper is the last one there? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it that was really frustrating, and it kind of clouded the match because nothing away from Arsenal. They didn't do it. They played a good match. They were strong defensively. We didn't finish, and then the ref, fucked up. So.
Inserted themselves into the game. Yeah, I have Jeggy's clip that Sharpie was talking about.
I think our league is the best in the world. I think we coaches will always have opinion about refereeing. That no matter how good the referees are not, we will always have opinion about that. But I think this situation, and I've seen pictures from different angles, and for me it's very clear that it's the wrong decision. We can't do anything about it right now. And of course, as long as the players are working to develop, I'm pretty sure that the refereeing is also working to develop. So we also in the future will develop the game in that way. And yes, I think VAR should be. I think I know there's some challenge with that, but it should be in our league because that's the most fair way to these situations.
And also, because you want it to be fair everywhere, you're just gonna ruin the game. Like, if there are places who their teams won't like take themselves seriously and play in real stadiums where you can have VAR, that worst case, make it a rule that in by 3 years every team needs to have VAR somehow installed, whether it's like a temporary VAR system, and maybe if the league needs to purchase the VAR systems and they can travel. Like, I'm sure none of that's great. And then make it, if you can install it now, have it, use it. If you want the game to grow, you're going to kind of need some of these decisions because we can see that it's obvious. Sponsors or people like that just want any excuse to not give the league money. So even saying something as simple as we have VAR coming into the game to make sure we have the right obvious, that's an injection into the game, trying to grow the game. That should probably push towards positives to sponsorships, to the league possibly getting more money for broadcasting deals, things like that.
To add to that, I think we were talking on the watch along how Arsenal men played on Saturday. Arsenal women played on Sunday. There's no excuse anymore to be like, oh no, well, the men's pitches, they just have too many, they play too much or we can't do a back-to-back date. No, we did it fine. They won both games. I think the pitch was okay. The pitch didn't change the outcome of the match. And most clubs in the Premier League or, sister clubs or brother clubs, I guess, of the women's teams, they don't play nearly as many matches as Arsenal because they aren't playing in Europe. So there's a pitch for you. Go get on that Premier League pitch, set something up to where, hey, even if the attendance, like City, we had 13,000 against Chelsea, not anywhere near the capacity of the Joy, but I mean, like the full capacity of the Etihad, but it's way more than the Joy. Mm-hmm. And, you build somewhere. Look at Arsenal. They filled up to 39, almost triple us, a little over triple, I think. And it took years to get there, but you build it and they will come. Mm-hmm. But you got to start playing in the big leagues. And I think that's the next step to take this league as serious as it should be taken. Because again, our top four in the league, yeah, they go against anybody in the world. So I don't agree with him when he says best league in the world. No, it's the highest class at the top tier, I think. But it's not better than NWSL, top to bottom. But yeah, go play in the big stadiums, man.
Yeah, a team like Leicester is going to get run off the pitch, even if they play like
King Power,
Houston Dash.
Oh,
no,
sorry,
they do. And
that's what you're about to say. Yeah. My bad. I would like to see that though.
I mean, also and as well. Also, I hand up accountability plays. This is my fault. You know why this is my fault? I'm going to tell you why this is my fault.
Please do.
I said that, maybe there is a better than 50% chance that City women win the league, that they win the WSL. I said that in the last episode.
That was your
and
fault.
then look what happens.
That is
and
true.
then look what happens.
That is true.
So this is my fault.
This is
like
you didn't stand on your ground. You didn't stand 10 toes down. You lifted up a pinky toe.
Correct.
You lifted up a big toe.
And
it's okay. Come overtime. We want you here. We want you in our side. Like
no,
we only need 14 points. That's it.
You're right. You're right. And I expect to get 3 of them on Friday.
Oh, yes.
And like we still haven't gotten those 14 points yet. Like
no, that's fair.
So like, so this is my fault. So
we're very much the Arsenal. We're very much the Arsenal on the men's side. It's the same thing.
100%.
Until it's done, it ain't done. Even though it looks like it should be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Absolutely.
I do want to talk about this, and Sharpie gave me a hard time about it, but we saw it happen and the change and how obvious it was. Sam Coffey comes on in the second half, and the team looks so much more calm. They look more effective. It's also a dumb statement. Arsenal's midfield was stronger. They were bullying us. You bring in Sam Coffey, you handle that physicality a little bit better. It is pretty obvious. But I was like, Blinky has played a lot of games, and I understand she's a professional. That is what everyone says for a lot of it. But you kind of acknowledge that you play 1,000 minutes last season in a lower league, and now all of a sudden you're doing 1,400 in the top league. Your body's gonna hurt. It's just working out. Your first 6 months of you lifting weights, you lifting the same amount now from the last 6 months, Sharpie. Like it's an elevation. You're pushing yourself harder. Sometimes you need a little rest, and that's all I'm saying. Is let Sam Coffey do her thing. Do I think she's a better player? Also, yes. But that just is what it is. It's nothing against Blinky. It's nothing against Blinky, no matter what Sharpie tried to say during that watch along.
Here's the thing. I want you to go count the number of caps that Laura Buchanan-Brown has for the Lionesses, and then count the number of caps that Sam Coffey has for USWNT. And that should tell you all that you need to know about who is the better player. And yes, I understand that like Sam Coffey is like integrating into the team, like based off of a transfer, based off of like basically not playing club soccer since October. So there is an acclimation process. I get that, but that's totally fine. And perhaps this is the time that we need to be questioning, not Seb Hines, like, is your loyalty to one player going to cost us the league? Like,
okay, you're right. It's 2 to 42. 2 caps for Blinky, 42 for Coffey. The argument is never who is the better player. My argument on the watch along was for this game, wasn't the right matchup, didn't play great. Hey, we've seen Bunny have a stinker. Every player has stinkers. Like every player has a bad matchup. We saw Yui get dusted. Like, if you want to blame somebody, we can blame Yui for giving up the goal. She couldn't even take a foul. That would have been a perfect time for a tactical foul. Take the yellow and we keep it going.
Take the yellow, keep moving.
Yeah, she was too little to do it. So nobody's saying, like, take out Yui. That's all I'm saying. But you're not wrong. It's kind of like on the men's side how Semenyo clearly is a better – it doesn't have the same thing because we're not in the same winning streak on the men's side where, like, we need Semenyo to be there. Like, he was bought for that reason. But you get my point. It's like somebody comes in, world-class talent, you let them come in, bet it in, and now, like, you put them on the team sheet. And I think since it's been a month now since Coffey's been there, I feel like if it happens, of course I support it. Like, whoever's out there you support, you want the teim to win. So I'm not saying you were wrong, Crump. It was just funny the way you worded it because it was just like, well, thank you for your service, Blinky, and bye. Because nobody else is Arsenal on our schedule. We will not see another midfield like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, that with that quality and that size, like if you want to say United's cool, but we dusted them before she was on the pitch when we dusted them in the derby, So I think it was a terrible day. But again, her and you both struggled, in my opinion.
But again, all I said was she's been playing a lot of week. Pep just gave Haaland some rest because he's played too many minutes. It's the same thing. But
no, it's not too many minutes. They don't play nearly as much. We haven't played Europe. They get weeks off. Like for me, that's apples and oranges on that part, on the minutes thing. Like
that's fair. I get
that's
it.
just a disagreement. Not saying you're wrong. It's a disagreement.
Oh no, of course. Yeah.
Tell him he's wrong.
No, I'm saying
ominous voice comes out of nowhere.
I get that they have a week off, but that's still the schedule that they play, and
for sure.
You can still get tired. You can still get fatigued. Like I don't want to minimize.
Hey, y'all leave a comment. Who was right, Crump or Sharpie? Who was right? Yes. There we go. Let's get it popping.
This is not fair, because our listeners never agree with me. Like
you might have it this time, bro, because you're going with the pro. You're going with coffee.
Because well, I mean, sure, but my perspective as to why we should be playing Sam Coffee, people might not agree with. It's easy to say, yeah, put Coffee over Blinkilde, because again, the caps, the experience, the success that Sam Coffee has experienced makes sense for her to be put in front of Blinkilde. I just maybe chose a flawed reason as to why you should start her. But also, I thought that was me being understanding and being like, hey, yo, just give her a rest. And you're like, nope, that doesn't work. Just say she's better. And I was like, my bad, she's better. Get on the play.
Okay, can we move on to something a little bit more positive?
Yes, please.
Can we talk about the content video that the club let out with Sam Coffey and Grace Clinton?
Oh, the guessing the logos.
When Grace Clinton said Ford Fiesta about the Broncos, my soul left my body.
Battle horses. Start with a B. Battle horse.
Yeah,
what?
Battle horse.
Okay, you got it, Grace. You got it.
Right? She said it so quick with so much confidence. She was just like, oh, this. Uh-huh.
Oh, when she said Flash FC, I was like, oh, we're starting off with a banger right off the gate.
Oh, you don't do FC over there? Oh, okay, my bad.
They say two Americas, two continents. Really, there's a true difference here, and that's okay. It's not her fault. She's not supposed to.
No, she's not supposed to. Yeah.
I also would have if Sam would have hit Grace with this ain't Texas for as many times as Grace wanted to shoehorn Texas in there, I would have appreciated it. Just saying.
Texas and Chicago, they both got some love.
Yeah, that'd be the only way that that could be improved. So yeah,
and it's fun because even Grace was like, "Bro, I'm not good with geography. Why did y'all grab me?"
We know, girl. We know.
Because they knew that they set you up to be a meme. They knew it was coming.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, let's move on to this match against Leicester City. Jeggy, now that you had a few days to think about this loss, what the hell happened, bruh?
Yeah, I think that especially in first half, we struggled a little bit of handling defending in a good way. So we struggle of getting pressure on their back line, which has been one of our biggest strengths this year, to be able to press opponent high up. We didn't manage that. Arsenal was good in manipulating us. We did it better in the second half, then we got back in it, but we also missed a little bit of the final decision making in the final third, not having the right decision. Should we play wide, should we play central, using where the spaces were. So that was of course one of the things that we definitely would like to improve.
He's so mindful. I love how he said struggled with how we defended in a good way. Our defense wasn't good. It's just that's such a nice way to say that, though.
Well, he was correct, and I think sure. one of the other things that he said, that kind of having watched the match back and thinking about the second half, like Arsenal did a really good job of limiting where we possessed the ball and then what we could do with it. Because like the number of chances that we created was just so minimal that by the time that like we got into the final third, we had to be right and we were wrong, like every time. And so I think that was kind of my biggest takeaway from particularly the second half, more so than the first. Like the first was like we just kind of got bullied, like for the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think this is also a time where health hit us because you had Alba with the concussion, you had Mary who got a knock in training and had to miss it. I think that's where you would love to see a freshening of wings, right? If you could bring them on in the 75th minute, 70th minute, now you're attacking them with fresh legs versus by that time we've run down. We're trying to catch up in the game. And, you know, the wingers are spent and everything from us, in my opinion, with Caroline and him, when they're on, that's what makes the game open up. Because what do you do when you got Bunny and Viv in the middle when you can't guard them 1v1? So I feel like hopefully, again, that was our stinker. It was a bad match. If you would have told me before the year, we're going to lose one, win 13 straight, lose 1-0 with a bad non-VAR call, I'll take that every day. And the emphasis is on us on Friday to say, how do you bounce back? Are you able to not make it even a close game? Or are you going to stress it out and barely get the win, right? Like, I'm expecting a dominant first half because of just the way how poorly we performed.
Yeah. 14 wins and 1 draw against Leicester City all time. We should expect well from them. Fujino and Fowler should be available against Leicester City. He added that their attack seems better than the last time they played, so maybe they wouldn't be so defensive. If you remember the last game, it didn't score the first goal until the 74th minute. It was like in the 74th minute, that's when just everything fell through. It was basically when they took their subs off. And shout out to Charlie Parks. By the time you're listening to this, the match preview is already out on Patreon and all the other stuff. They have their own podcast where they talk about WSL with her husband. They're both Leicester City fans. But fantastic conversation with them. The whole management change, nobody was happy about that. Wasn't expecting it. This new guy, they're still kind of getting used to. But they haven't won a game. He became their official manager. He won the first game, and then I think they drew / like 5-6 games, then won one, and then they're on another run of losses and draws. They have been inconsistent. There's no way even Charlie believes that they are going to win, but they lost 3-0 earlier this season in December. Now they just want maybe to score a goal, maybe to not give up 3, like just do better than the last time. In that match,
this is why we're gonna win, because we're not London City. The last 2 wins that they've had have been against London City. Like,
that's hilarious.
Either in the Subway Cup or in the league. That's hilarious. The last one in the league was in 2025. So they have not. I don't believe that they have actually earned. No, they have not earned any points in 2026. They have dropped 12 points in 2026. So that is that. And now, based off of their terrible form, they are now in the relegation playoff spot. Because remember, in the WSL for this season, the top 2 WSL 2 teams will be coming up, and the last place team will be playing a playoff team with the third place WSL 2 team to see who stays up, or who goes up or stays up. So they are in that spot. Both Liverpool and West Ham got results this weekend, so that now Leicester is at the bottom of the table. We're winning this 4-0, at least.
It's so bad, y'all. We are minus 5,000 on DraftKings right now. The next closest, Chelsea, is minus 1,000 against Liverpool. Do you know how wild that is to be a minus 5,000 when you're on the same league? This isn't us going to Sheffield United or, playing somebody that's in the second and third division. Like, that's crazy. I think the over-under for goals is, let me see if they have it here. Over-under is like 3.5. And that's what I'm going to say. I think like you said, 4-time. I like 4. I'm going to go 4-0. Classy, get the subs in. And don't we have a break after this? Or is it one more to the break? One more, right?
It's the end. It's 2 more, I think. I feel like it's the end of. Sorry, 1 second.
That's why Sheffield's on my mind. They're the last one next
Sheffield?
Sunday on the 22nd. Yeah.
Okay.
And then international break and then Asian Cup.
Okay.
So not just the Asians, but the Asian Cup participants go. Because I said the Asians up there, and Crump was like, "What?" I was like, "You know what I mean, dog? Like everybody in the cup, like everybody in the Asia Oceania Cup. Oh my god!
I mean,
you want to make
that,
Asian doing."
that gets real interesting when you talk about Aussies and just get
I do always forget that they're a part of that.
So far away, but yes. So we're gonna have a good 2 wins to end this month. Ooh, go City!
Yes, sir. I like that. Let's do 4-0. Let's run it up. I want to see all of the goals. And also Leipzig, she's injured, so she won't be playing. She hasn't played the last 2 games. Their keeper.
Yeah, and she is massive for them. Mm-hmm. Like she has erased a lot of mistakes for them. Like even I think that they played Chelsea earlier in the season and they lost 1-0, but like the number of just amazing saves that she made in that match was just like I still think about that to this day. It's like, gosh, she is unbelievable. And I think that she really is the heir apparent to Anne-Katrin Berger and Germany's #1 keeper spot once AKB decides to retire.
Hey, let's talk about City men. And this match against what's up?
You owe the team an apology.
What team?
City men.
Why?
You said that they were nothing but mentality Muppets.
Come off it.
No. Because you brought it up in the last episode.
Bernardo Silva
Tarek, you were there.
Saved us.
Tarek, you were there.
I'm not saying that I didn't say it, but I'm saying this says nothing. We were still awful in the second half. Bernardo Silva saved us. Allison's dumbass put us in the circumstance to win.
Isn't your captain supposed to do that? Especially at a place.
That's one person. That's not a team, though.
It's especially at a place where you haven't gotten 3 points in a decade.
I'm not doing it.
I think it's kind of wild to argue that a win at Anfield is anything other than an amazing win. I mean, again, so what I will say is that I killed this Tuesday last week. I killed our team because we had just dropped points to Tottenham. I killed our team and I said, we have no hope. We have no hope for the title. We're not really in a title race. Yeah. We're not good enough. And I went down the line and said a bunch of stuff, right?
It was great.
And then we beat, and we're going to talk about the Liverpool match. And so that I think can be, we don't know if it will be, but it can be kind of the launching pad for a change in our season, because up to this point, our season hasn't been great. And I think the drop points and all the things that, we've had happen to us or we've done, I think we would say that, hey, we just haven't been good so far, but Arsenal have been just as bad and they've kept us close. And so now we get a chance to go and potentially run this out. So I think the Liverpool match, for all the things that I said about how poor we had played, we kind of fell into the same rhythm where we were giving it, we were throwing it away in the second half. And then the players decided, you know what? We're not doing this no more. Bernardo, Holland, they connected, get it tied. You could see everybody going to celebrate. Bernardo's like, no, give me the ball. Let's go back up here. Let's do this again. And there was a shift in the mentality. And I hope that it's the thing that changes the season. I think it's fair to say we haven't been good this season. But anytime you go to Anfield and you beat Liverpool, that could be season defining. We'll see if it is or not, but it very easily could be season defining.
Yeah.
Particularly because you score both of your goals
late
in the last last 10 minutes of the match after you had killed us for not having scored any goals in the second half of any match. And I believe that you said that if City just had to play 45 minutes of football in the first half, that we would be leading the league, running away, and the second half is just our undoing.
Yeah.
So that is why you owe the team an apology.
It's been one game. Can it happen again? Can it happen again? Hold on. In fact, here's Pep, because someone asked, they were like, hey, 2 months ago, after the game against Real Madrid at Bernabeu, you said the team is getting close. They are taking the steps. And they're like, okay, it's been like 2 months. Are we there, or have we hit the heights that you said we could 2 months ago?
No. We have moments, real moments, but not enough consistency to be there. But still, we are there. So 14 games in the Premier League is an eternity, from my experience. It's a lot. And everything can happen. You know, in the other position, we are better than last season. Last season, we finished 23 in the Champions League. We are 8. Last season, first round Carabao Cup, we are in the final. The FA Cup was still there. And last season in the Premier League, we are miles away from Liverpool. So we'll see what happens until the end. Because as I said, in the Spurs, just 3 players for the old generation, old era, old people. It was 3 players. And the other ones, even Gio have experience, even their players have experience. There are a lot of things that we talk about. They are new in the new Premier League, in newer stages.
And he mentioned that injuries have also made things difficult to progress. City's treble-winning squad, you knew who that starting 11 was going to be. He hopes that one day, but you never know, because there's games every 3 days, 4 days, national competitions, the World Cup, preseasons are getting longer. It is just getting difficult to get on the same page with everyone when there's no time to rest or even practice.
But in football, there are no time. Come here, so, oh, God, please give me time. The fans, the owners, the chairman said, time? Win games, my friend. Win games and forget about it, the rest. That is what about.
And that's what it's about. Do your job. Who cares about all these other things as excuses?
Shut up and dribble. That's what that's what it
so
was.
He technically was asked about that when he was like, somebody was like, you have been getting pushback for your statement that you talked about. And he was like, pushback from what? What did I say? And the person was like, the thing that you said about genocides. Like he spoke very above it, and he was like, I didn't say one specific person is bigger or better than the other. I said all. I talked about like 10 places. I condemn it all. Like that shouldn't be a crazy thing to say. And I liked how he was like, I didn't say one place. I'm not putting one place higher than another like some people are. You're making it about you when it's not about you, my boy. And so I like that. He stood on business. Okay. So this match, it was, it's a match nobody could have predicted, but Pep has only won there once in his Manchester City career. That was February 7th, 2021. There were no fans there. If you go back to City smashed Liverpool 3-0 at the Etihad earlier this season. Doku, who put the fear in the center back pairing. But before we talk about the starting 11 in the match, what percentage of yourself thought City had a chance to win? Is it like a 50-50, 80%, 5%.
I'll go first. I mean, because this Liverpool squad isn't great, as we know this season, right? I thought that it was a true 50-50. It's a toss-up. That's where I was.
I probably would have went just a little bit higher because I thought we would win. And again, maybe that's, they've not been good. And you kind of hinted at that, Sharpie. They've not been good. And so I felt like maybe we could get it. The only thing that would have stood between us is history, right? Well, we haven't done it in XYZ, and, maybe we collapse again in the second half or something like that. But I thought I believe we're the better team. And so I probably would have been about 60%.
Yeah.
25%. I was like, oh, I think I said it on the recording. I was like, I am expecting a draw, praying for a win, praying we don't lose. Like, I really thought that a draw was the most likely result.
I mean, because every season we won a title, we've gotten a draw or lost, right? Like, other than the COVID one. So it's just like, this hasn't been a necessity to win the title. So.
Correct. That's fair. Very fair. Starting 11 was Donnarumma, Nunes, Huzanoff, Gehi, Ait, Nori, Rodri, O'Reilly, Silva, Semenyo, Marmoush, and Holland. I really loved the front line of Marmoush, Semenyo, and Holland. It said to me, at least, we were going to try to run at them, or at least try to match their speed and intensity at times. You have the Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and even O'Reilly. He is there for the control. And I don't have the clip, but Pep was asked about O'Reilly, and he was like, honestly, we don't have the physicality in our midfield. So that's why I added him. He's in the way that he can just do that, and he's good. He's clean on the ball. He brings what is missing because Rodri isn't quite fully there yet. And Bernardo can't do it, but that's also not what Bernardo is asked to do as a midfielder. Oh, he adds in something very necessary to the squad. So I guess, what do we want to talk about first? There's obviously the PK. Bernardo Silva was absolutely amazing. Our Kuzanov was fantastic. He was actually so great. It hurt my heart to see him it hurt my eyes to see him take that knee from Donnarumma, but it hurt my heart knowing that he would have to come off after doing so well. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little worried. Like, Diaz obviously is that dude, but for what Liverpool were trying to do, Huzanoff was perfect for shutting that down, and Diaz doesn't have the same skill set, but also he's Diaz. So I didn't think the drop-off was going to be huge, but I thought we could officially get caught with speed instead of, but he has that nous. He has that grit, that determination, that leadership. Charlie?
Yeah, I guess. I just want to start, because you're not wrong, whatever. I do want to start with the first half performance.
Of course.
The first half overall, from what I remember, because this is so many days ago,
was shit.
Here's the thing. It was shit, but it wasn't like we were playing shit. We just couldn't score a goal. We dominated the first half. And in these types of matchups, goals at a premium. Like, I don't go into Anfield thinking I'm going to score 3. So I hope we got one, but the fact that we kept the clean sheet, that we were in control, they didn't have many shots on target, there was nothing threatening. Mo Salah was locked down by Ait-Nouri in the AFCON battle. I don't remember Ekitike having too many moments of joy against Gehi and Kuzanov. Like, Verts was visible. For me, it set us up to say, okay, we held serve. Let's go win in the second half. So I was proud versus like giving up an early goal, and now you're behind the 8-ball all match. And now the crowd is going crazy. And so we kind of take the air out of the stadium in the first half. And what we as fans don't really take note of as a group is everything this season is a first for this team. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not the team that last won the title. So much has changed in 2 seasons. you can't expect that level of expertise when we're all doing this together for the first time. The trouble came after basically a 5-year run. And you added in a couple pieces, you threw in a Earl, you threw in a Jack, and then it took off. It takes time. And I think like the growing pains, like going through puberty, right? Like Tarek, your girls, when they went through puberty, it was a difference. Like, you know, they were little baby girls one day, and then you got, oh wow, like you're 15, 16, you're young women now. Like this is a different beast. Like I see it in middle school. 8th graders come in August, you're like, oh, you're cute. Now the boys' voices are deeper than mine. Like it just changes. And I think we're like a team going through puberty. And if you look at our record, we've like, the only thing I disagree with you said earlier, Tarek, is that I think we've had a good season. It's not great. We're used to greatness. We're used to excellence. We're used to being the top tier cream of the crop. We're not that yet. And we still got time. So like that first half to me said, this is a mature performance. So I was very happy. I was happy going into halftime. I was thinking like, okay, we still got a shot. Versus like, if we would have been down 2 goals, I'm like, oh shit, it's done. So that's just my overall view of the first half.
Were you concerned at all about not getting a goal and thinking, because again, for me, I was concerned because this is coming on the back of some second half collapses. And by not getting a goal, when I felt like we were the better team and we had the chances, it made me question if we were going to rue not getting those goals.
You know, for me, it's kind of like, it sounds weird to say this, but going in level means that there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. Because if you're up 2 again, now you're just trying to protect that lead versus the fact, I think, hey, guys, go get the win. Like, it's even, cool, go get it. Versus like, hey, don't do Spurs again. Don't do this again. Like, we couldn't fall apart because there was nothing to lose. So I wasn't like, I thought we still had enough on the bench. Like, we had Shirky on the bench. We had Foden on the bench. Like, I still felt that their creativity would come on. So I wasn't super nervous that we wouldn't score, although the second half didn't play out ideally.
I think my first half takeaway was that I remember when Holland first came to City, and when we would play Liverpool, he would always have problems against Virgil van Dijk.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this was the match where I was like, oh, these are 2 players moving in opposite directions on their career. Like Erling Haaland is still getting better. Virgil van Dijk has hit his peak and is declining. Like, I mean, if we're being honest, like Virgil van Dijk is like like some clean laundry. He is washed, the reason that they still keep him in the squad is because he scores goals, but he has to score goals because he keeps on giving up goals. So even though we didn't necessarily score in the first half, I thought that Haaland several times got the better of that matchup, and then like that gave me hope that like this trend will continue.
I like that. I like that a lot. Like you were saying, the dominance in the first half was insane. 61% possession, had a 1.12 XG to Liverpool's 0.14. They had 3 shots, none on target. Like, legit, we're doing very well. And then the second half came, and like we knew, Arsenal turned things up. But still, City had a 1.63 XG to I mean, we also know how the game ended, to Liverpool's 1.07. They only had one big chance missed. They did have 4 shots on target. Obviously, things started changing and getting a little more spooky when what was leading up to it, because that's how Huzanov ran into Donnarumma, was just kind of the chaos, the back and forth. Man City really couldn't stay calm on the ball. I was just screaming, calm down, for like 5 straight minutes. It was not fun. And then Kuzanov for Diaz, and then Marmoush got taken off for Shirky. Sharpie, I remember you were not fond. You did not enjoy the idea of Marmouche coming off. Why was that?
I thought at that moment we needed to keep his attacking like legs on the pitch to stretch the defense. I would have taken off like I think I wanted, and sadly I'll admit this, I wanted Bernardo to come off for Shirky. So you have the full front three intact, and now you have more, creativity in the midfield. So that was my thought process. But clearly, I am not Pep Guardiola.
None of us are. We're just mere mortals. Mere mortals. And yeah, that I do love. I mean, we can get to it. Like, shout out to Holland going up, flicking that ball on, and then even Bernardo Silva, because you saw it. He saw the ball get chipped, and the moment he saw where it was going to Holland, he did. He knew what to do. He cut straight for the goal. He was able to push it past the keeper. That's one of those situations where I'm sure it's happened in practice. It's just Bernardo being the brilliant human he is. And he took that ball and just went straight to the center. Even Holland post-match was like, I went to go celebrate, but then I look and Bernardo's running to the halfway line. And that really made the team be like, oh, yes, let's go get this. And we celebrated, if I can remember, but we didn't celebrate at all. Like, it happened and we were just like,
because VAR has conditioned us to not celebrate. Like, for me, I was waiting to see if he was like, oh, he's off. He's got to be off. And then the replay is like, oh, Soberslide played him on. It's like, wow.
And then it was like, all right, cool.
Because the way he ran and got the ball, I was like, oh, shit, like this, he knows it's good.
Yeah.
So going back to the Soberslide goal, like, did you? Because I got the feeling. So, it was partner's birthday celebration. Was out to brunch. Was watching the TV every so often, and as soon as the foul was committed, my thought was, well, this is where we can see. Like, was that kind of the overwhelming like deal on the watch along as well?
Crunk, I'm trying to remember. I know, like, I probably was thinking, like, it's possible. We saw what he did at Arsenal, right? We know Soberslide has this in his locker. Did you think it was going in, or were you like, just like, oh,
no? I felt pretty good because it was a pretty far. I forgot that's what Soberslide does. Like, I legitimately forgot that. And then after that match, there were like clips of all of the times he's done it. That's not the first time he's done this. It just smashed the ball. Beautiful curve. Donnarumma, it was funny too because Donnarumma was like, no, two people in front of goal is great. Like, that's fine.
He fucked up.
He did.
And there was a keeper on a clip later that I think it was Ben Foster was going over. I saw on Instagram. Thank you, Instagram algorithm. And he was just saying, like, if you set a 3-man wall, the ball doesn't go high, it goes through. And so the two people on the wall jump to the side, which is wrong. They don't want to take it in the chest. They could have blocked it. But if it's a third man, it's going to hit something. And so Donnarumma set his wall and he made a mistake. Now, it takes a crazy kick and whatever is very unlikely. But that's why keepers are like, nah, give me 3. Because even if I can't see it clearly, there's another chance that something's going to get in the way of it. And then we can go from there. But it was an amazing kick. Like, all we did was clap. It was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, great kick, bro. Like, y'all earned it. And I ain't gonna lie, before Bernardo scored, I gave up hope. I was like, well, hey, man.
Oh, 100%. Like, because I was at that bar, I was like, my friends were like, you good? I was like, I mean, not for real, but like, we'll just keep this moving. Like, we drinking, we having a good time, eating some good food. Like, we'll just, proceed. Like, it's like, oh, you're watching the, yes, I am in fact watching the match. Okay. Like, oh, okay. Well, sorry about that.
So there was the PK that City earned, and then there was the non-call for the foul that Gahey did, that they believed was a foul that Gahey did onto Mo Salah just outside the box. I guess let's start there. I have Arne Slot being a big old whiny baby clipped up, but it like, yes, did Gahey grab him, but it looked like the second Gahey touched him, Salah dropped, and that was not the first time that I believe Salah like dropped the moment someone touched him in the match. And I think that's also why the ref was like, "Bro, get up! Like you're just diving. I know it's the Olympics, but it's the Winter Olympics, my boy. It's the Winter Olympics. It's the wrong way. You can't be diving in the ice." So, how did we feel about the call? Yeah, the lack of the Mo Salah, the whole Liverpool of it all.
I mean, it all seemed insane. Like, just why or what? Like, so clearly, Szoboszlai like yanks down Holland. So that's the denial of the goal scoring opportunity. So he gets the red card. But the goal is denied because of whatever contact that Gahey had on Salah. So
No,
shouldn't
those are
that? Oh, okay,
two different situations. So
okay.
the Gahey
But
situation. Go
so
ahead.
I wanted to play it because those are the two things that he compares.
I don't like it that the referee follows the rule book and Dominic makes a foul on Haaland in that last situation, which is a clear shirt pull, and he was through to goal, so he would have scored. So that's a red card. And if you follow the rule book and you have a clear shirt pull from Gueye and Mo Salah, who's for 8 years scoring that ball every single time, 100 out of 100 times he scores that goal, a bit exaggerated, and that is not a red card, then there is more of my frustration.
So he's trying to be serious, but then makes a joke in there. But also, the foul on Salah is based on the fact that he always scores from that position. It's not so like it's even like it needs to be right in the circumstance, and so like I think that's why Tom was comparing the two because Slot was as well.
Oh, maybe if that's the case, then my apologies.
No,
Yeah, no, my fault. At the end of the day, that's the voice of a angry manager who knows his tenure with this club depends on him winning most games from here on out. And so when you don't win, it heaps more and more pressure on you. The reality is denial of a goal scoring opportunity is not just because, I think this guy's going to score because he's Mo Salah. No, because there's covering defenders there. There's a Ruben Diaz running through the middle that's going to get to that ball or at least be in position to make you turn, move, do something. You don't just have a free move on goal. So to compare the two things says either as a manager he doesn't understand what denial of goal scoring opportunity actually is, which I don't believe, or he's just angry and speaking out of his emotion having just lost a match, and that's probably why they shouldn't talk to people immediately after the match. He just needs a little time to calm down and cool his head because what he's saying makes no sense.
Loser talk, big time loser talk. And I think what we appreciate from Pep, if you think about it, Pep complains the most after we win.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll hold stuff in the tank with the loss, 2-goal lead, draw, whatever. He'll wait, and then we win, and it's like, hey y'all, by the way, they had 5 terrible decisions. Let's run through the list. Slot's got to learn that, and that's the craftsmanship of a manager, right? Let's manage the situation. Let's understand how we lose. What do we do? But yeah, man, like those two fouls are very different things. You can't say the Szoboszlai thing is such a clear red card that it's the same level as a 50-50 on Gahey where Salah clearly died, like sells it. So sucks to suck ball, man.
And here's more of his complaining. He was asked about the Nunes penalty, and he tries to be like, I don't think we should talk about this because it's not as obvious, but then he still talks about it.
If I would have got it, I'm not sure. So this is there is contact. We cannot debate that. The ball is out of play. We cannot debate that after when he makes the foul. He cannot never get the ball anymore. But for me, this is a clear decision. But no, I would prefer to talk about the holding of Mo, because that is so obvious that all the attention should go to that. But this is one where I think, but I'm not sure, if the referee doesn't give a penalty, and he was waiting and listening to his linesman, at least that's what I thought, and then he gave it, then the VAR will never interfere again. But what if he wouldn't have given it? Would then the VAR have interfered? That's what we will never know.
Like, he wants to talk in black and white and absolutes at the beginning, and then he does whataboutisms at the end. And it's like, bro, you can't even figure out how you want to argue your points.
That is the voice of a man whose team had just won the league last year and is currently not in Champions League positions currently this year. I don't know what else you can take away from that other than that.
Speaking of, let's just put this out here. I did not know we were in a world where Liverpool is not only behind Man United by three points, they're behind Man United in goal difference. Man United has scored more goals than Liverpool.
By a lot.
By like 4 goals, which is huge.
Yeah.
Like, this is a capitulation. This is not like, you can't even blame an injury crisis like City had last year. Like, of course, your right backs have been out, but your attack and your midfield, pretty solid aside from Isak. And it's just, is Luis Diaz that important? Did FSG get it totally wrong, thinking that Gakpo could replace him? Because that's the only big change, like, on the front line. Because Ekitike has been great for a first year. Like, they've literally, your tactics, and people in Liverpool fed up, man. Like, the MMA fighter from there was like, this is the most boring thing ever. He said boring like 7 times in 30 seconds. He was like, I hate watching it. It's horrible. Like, this is bad. They have a certain style. Like, they want Klopp back. Like, that was winning a title with Klopp's team. And now what are you doing with your team? And the answer is nothing. And it's hilarious to watch. And it makes me happy.
That's hilarious. Silly. I almost called him Klopp. Slot. Okay. Oh, yes. He did say that in the first half, Pep, after the game, said that Haaland and Marmoush, they were fighting for all the long balls sent by Donnarumma, less so in the second half. He knew the Liverpool would turn the heat up in the second half, but he wasn't expecting for the ball to go out quick, but would come back quicker. Like, City would send the ball, but then Liverpool just came back at City fiercely. But I did think about you, Sharpie, because Pep talked about Anfield and its pitch size.
Yeah, but it's so difficult. So Anfield is Anfield. The tradition, the history, the crowd. Always you looks like here, so it looks smaller, looks tighter, the pitch always looks not the size like, for example, City at the stadium or another.
Liverpool fans having to argue it's not the pitch size that matters.
It's so crazy. It's such an advantage. Like, and it hit me. I was explaining it to somebody, a friend, and I was like, it's like in baseball where every stadium's different.
They're the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, you got the short right here, over here. You got the monster over there. You got super deep in certain places. You got thin air in Coors Field. Like, everything hits different. And I'm like, oh, Premier League is like that. Versus the NFL, the NBA, your court is your court. Your 100 yards is your 100 yards. By 50 and we're done. And I think, like, that is a huge part that people don't like to talk about. Like, yeah, it's the reason they're so good at Anfield. A tiny-ass pitch with really good players. Like, it helps. The press will be more intense. Klopp was smart. Use it on your advantage. Half your games are there. Like, go be dominant.
And to that end, like, you don't have to expose yourself defensively because there's not as much space to defend. So, which is probably part of the reason why Virgil van Dijk is washed.
Uh-oh, he said it. 30. Hey, as a mid-30s millennial man, shit is different, bro. I'm not moving the same as I was 2 years ago. Virgil not either. It's real out here, bro.
Okay. Fulham. Fulham. Let's go up. Did I miss?
While you're figuring it out, Crunk, did anybody think that goal that got ruled out, like Shirky's non-goal, do you think that'll hurt us later on, or do we just think like it won't matter? Because I think like there's a world where we're gonna need that goal back.
So it wasn't until today that I was looking at the table and I was looking at what our goal difference is versus what Arsenal's goal difference was. And I was like, ooh, it would be really nice to just be one off on goal difference. Like, not even gonna hold you. It's like, that would be real nice. And then it was like, so to not, like, it wasn't until today that it hit me that, like, ooh, that's, yeah.
Because there's a
Because, like,
scenario they come into the Etihad, one goal difference up, 3 points ahead of us. We win the game 2-1, and it should be that now we're tied on goal difference and have the most goals scored. But now they're up 2 goals. We win 2-1.
right.
And we saw this with the women on the women's side, like goal difference
Goal difference
sometimes
will matter.
will matter.
In
And this
a
feels
tight
like the
game,
season
yeah.
where it will. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Shirky also deserved that. Goal was he didn't overhit it. He hit it low, so it wouldn't go over the net. Like, I love the way he did it. I just wish that ref would have just let it run, because it actually hurt Liverpool to lose Solskjaer for a game.
Yep. Yeah, for the spirit of the game, yes, they probably should have allowed the goal. But again, everybody understands the rule. We just think it's stupid. Oh man. All right, Fulham, 6 points behind Arsenal. Pep, you must be so excited to be so close to Arsenal. So close to Arsenal, you can smell all the many hair products Mikel Arteta uses.
Last weeks, every time when I go before the game in a flash interview, always you lose, you are losing everything, and you are going to disappear for the planet Earth and this kind of stuff. What are to better to do, be closer to make the first half in Anfield than the second? What is the reason why the second half still we are dropping our performance? Why it's not 3, 4, 5, 6? Because if we don't improve that, we will not win. No Fulham, we are going to drop, maybe not Fulham, but maybe it will be against Newcastle, or maybe in the next. And I understand how nice that 9 points, 3 points, this kind of stuff. That is okay, but that is not make winning titles or arrive in the last stages to try to win, to be close to fight for win the titles.
He refuses to play that point gap game. He's just like, media, you can do that, but I just want to see my players play well. Because if they play well, then usually that means we're going to get the points. So depending on whatever the result is, you react a certain way. I react how I react, and I like that. Oscar Bob, Fulham. Pep was asked about him, and what he said, again, the way he said it, how he said it, it intrigued me.
Oscar will have any doubts about his potential. Depends on him, what he want to become. And when he became a top-class player, he will be a top-class player. Have all the attributes. All.
If he wants to be a world-class player, he will be. And obviously, it's pitching your perspective. Staying at Man City to fight, to me, that's how you're going to become world-class. Yes, you can go to Fulham. You can get more playing time. Obviously, only time will tell. But, bro, you're going to Fulham. Fulham? You think you're about to become world-class at Fulham? Like, the second Marco Silva leaves them, they're wolves. Like, that's plain and simple. Like,
Whoa.
They are wolves.
Wow.
That escalated quickly.
Very quickly.
And also, why are we mad at, nobody should be mad at Oscar Bob. He was real.
I'm not mad.
I'm saying that man wasn't going to play. You could stay and fight so you can be Zinchenko and just, be on the, you could be Rico Lewis. That's what he would be. Just another Rico. There's 2 tiny tots just hanging out, scrapping up Salford matches in FA Cup. The writing's on the wall. Whoever was on his team was smart to be like, yo, get out now. City gets money. You get opportunity. And even at Fulham, he's got to earn his keep.
He does.
He was a sub today and the last sub. Right? It's hard to get up as a winger if you're not super explosive, or Messi, who was super explosive. If you don't have that, it's tough out here.
Tarek went away because he didn't want to rage about us losing another young player. That's smart. Take yourself away. Very smart. Two players that are world class in the squad, Rodri and Haaland. Rodri's return is great, but he has struggled, and we do live or die by his performance. So it would be easy to deduce that our second half drop offs is because Rodri isn't fully fit, right, Pep?
We have to improve a few things to help us to don't suffer what we suffer, but of course with Rodri, come on. Rodri break 14, I think 40, 50, 60 passes. With his passes break the lines. So he's the only can do that. Rodri is... we know what happened last season, this season when being fit. We know that. Everybody knows it. You don't need to be blind. But not just belong. I don't want to put the responsibility of Rodri for the fight for the fact, hey, we not drop or drop. No. I see the football for many. I believe one good action, the keeper, central defender, you create a chance. People don't believe in that at all anymore. Still believe one good process, the keeper with the central defender, good pass, these two actions create a chance. A day you don't concede a chance. And I will fight until the last day as a manager for that concept.
And this isn't the first time he has said this, that Donnarumma to the defender, if that is our biggest problem right now, is Donnarumma passing to a defender, then the defender's next pass from there. If we can get that figured out, City should be in better chances of scoring. And honestly, the perfect example is, we see it all the time with our squad, but Arsenal's one goal against City women. It was from the back, a great pass that set your midfielder up, bing, bang, boom. And we saw it a couple times in this match today. Obviously it was an easy win and it all happened in the second half, but there were some passes that Donnarumma did and it didn't set the players up for success. But then Pep was also asked about Donnarumma not making some of the best passes, and he put the onus more on the defenders not being in the right places for Donnarumma to make good choices. He's just doing what he's doing. So it is all very interesting. I always found that.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why you're seeing young Auto Parts in the midfield is because, I think I said it in the last episode, he gives such a good outlet, particularly to the fullbacks on either side, so that then the attack can start. So I think that's one of the reasons why he's starting in there, because you already know with Rodri in there, he's gonna make those line breaking passes, just like Pep said, right? So if you have another player who is, for lack of a better term, young enough and stupid enough to try it, it's gonna work.
Can I ask a question real quick to
Please go for
Tarek?
it.
Tarek, who's better right now, Nico O'Reilly or Nico Gonzalez?
So it's hard to say because we haven't seen them in the same position, right? Nico G, when he comes in, he's playing as the 6. He's playing in the Rodri role. And Pep has not been willing to play him and Rodri together, allow him to be the 8, be in the position that Nico O'Reilly has been in. So it's really kind of hard because they're doing different things. I think Nico O'Reilly has been great in midfield these last few matches, but I have a bigger track record over more of the season with Nico G. So I'm still going to say Nico G only because I've seen more of him, but I think Nico O'Reilly is quickly causing a question as to where is he going to play. Are you going to play him in through the middle? You're going to play him at left back. Obviously, Ike Nori being here allows him to be in midfield. But I think at some point, Pep's going to have to play Rodri and Nico G and see if he'll allow Nico G to get forward a little bit more. But I think it's Nico G, but it's hard to say because they're both been, Nico O'Reilly has been really, really good right now. So
Yeah,
what do you think?
I posed you an impossible question. Everything you said is accurate. I think Nico O'Reilly legitimately can be world class at either position. He's proven it at left back. Like, he's gone up and had 20 matches of excellence. And at midfield, when you're 6'4", like, you look like Rodri, but you move like Kevin De Bruyne, it gets kind of crazy because Kevin De Bruyne is not 6'4". And the ground he covers, and you saw that, we'll talk about it, what happened in the match. Like, I think the dream midfield for Pep is to put Rodri at the 6, and you have these giant 8s in Nico G and Nico R, like the double Nico 8s. Like, I think that would be like we are now going to be elite, because what do you do with that if you're in a different type of team?
And you might see that next year once Bernardo's gone.
Bernardo leaves.
Now, that's again, if you bring in a Anderson, and Anderson takes the Bernardo role, then maybe then you're back to what you have right now, and it's going to be one.
But he's big too. Like, Elliot Anderson's he's a big lad, as they say.
I don't know how big he is, but I think that's the only thing that prevents that threesome that you just called out next year, because I think Bernardo's going to leave. I do believe, there's people talking about maybe he gets another year extension. I think it's set up for him to leave and go back to Portugal. I don't think that's changing, and I think that opens the door for that Nico, Rodri midfield, if that's what Pep wants to do. Yeah. And those are some monsters. Those are some monsters in there.
Yep.
Scary.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I would love that. All right, let's get into it. Starting 11, Donnarumma, Nunes, Diaz, Guehi, Nori, Rodri, Silva, O'Reilly, Foden, Semenyo, and Haaland. 3 quick goals, 3 minutes and 15 minutes. Semenyo 24, O'Reilly at 30, Haaland at 39. Which goal was your favorite? We'll go right back to you, Tarek. Which one was your favorite?
So, it's Wednesday afternoon, so I'm working and watching, and so got meetings and stuff. So I didn't get to pay as close attention as I would like. Of course, Haaland scoring from outside the box is nice. The O'Reilly chip from a tight angle, man, it's kind of hard to beat. I didn't really get a good glimpse at what happened on Semenyo's goal. So out of those, Haaland doesn't score many from deep, but I'll take the O'Reilly just because, it's a kid, it's the chip, it's the tight angle. I'll go with O'Reilly.
O'Reilly, young auto parts. That's what it's got to be. Like, just for everything that Tarek just said.
And I'll go back. Like, some of our most beautiful goals at City are those team goals, and the way it went from back to front and like 4 passes, and like the key pass from Semenyo, the perfect layoff. Like, even Haaland keeping his balance, keeping the ball alive, right? Like, it was, everybody did their part, and he finished that like a striker or like a number 10. Like, I genuinely believe like Nico O'Reilly can play every position on the pitch. He can do anything. I mean, he is amazing. And like, that finish was class, man. Like, it was so pretty. I didn't expect it to go in. I was like, oh, he's going to miss it. It's going to go wide. Nope. Right in the back corner. So
nestled.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Well, it had to go in because as those 2 long range shots that he took from outside the box, like Pep was like this close to just like yanking his ass at halftime.
He was.
But it
don't we
speaks
love
to
that
his
though?
confidence.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This is a kid who's 20 years old, 21, whatever it is, 21, who's like, give me the ball. I'll take it. Boom. Willing to shoot it. Man, I don't think to see this kid today versus when he first came into the team as a left back last season, man, he has come so far. His confidence is just, his everything about him. I love the kid, man. I love him. And it was great to see. Even though, yeah, you like, dang, come on, at least put it on frame. But it showed the confidence that he's playing with right now and the belief in his own ability.
And my kids use this a lot, right? You got aura. Like he has aura. Like when he has that certain, like when I'm on the pitch, like I'm him, and he plays like it. And you know who else would take that shot? And not saying he will be this player or even has that talent. That's Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is gonna shoot when he feels like it. Like I know I can make it. I may miss, but I'm gonna take the shot. Or like Steph Curry in basketball. It might be deep. It might look crazy, or it could be Serbia in a gold medal game, right? Like I have that confidence every day, and like so the fact that he was ready, that's what motivates me. That's what gets me excited. Like he's the next one up, man. Like it's actually his ceiling is higher than Phil Foden's if you think about where he is at this age. And we know that Phil won PFA Player of the Year like 22 or 23, right? Like, so it's not saying like Phil's a bum, but it's just like he wasn't doing this at 20 years old.
Okay, because I might say that Phil is a bum because I know that there were like in the 71 minutes that he played, there were like 3 times that I was like, Shirky would have made that pass. Like when he was supposed to like hit Semenyo, I was like, Shirky would have made that pass. When he shot that long distance shot in the second half, it was like Shirky makes that shot on frame. Like at least 3 times, I'm like, why is he starting? Why? Like I just need him to be like. I need him to go into his Bernardo Silva role.
No credit
now.
for
But
the
that's the reason.
assist to Haaland?
It was a good pass. Quality pass. He made a good play. I will say this. Phil Foden has the one thing that Shirky doesn't, and it's an engine. Shirky has no engine. It hasn't developed yet. Like he wasn't raised in this way. He can get it. I think it'll come, but we know that's why Shirky's not starting. It's the only reason he's not starting because there's nothing in our offensive third. It's the defensive transitions. It's the actions. It's can you get back? Can you do it on a rainy Wednesday night in Manchester? I don't think Pep trusts him to do it yet, but we know who's the better offensive player. That's clear as day. Because Phil's not a creator. I thought he was.
No.
He doesn't have that same passing instinct. He can score goals. He's a shooter. But to be a 15 and 10 guy like a De Bruyne, or like what we know that I think Shirky's probably going to finish with 10 and 10 this season, right? In his first year, not even starting most matches. It's different gravy out there. Very different. Love you, Phil, but you know, some people come around and they just better than you, bro.
Yeah, it's tough. So the first goal, it was this insane, like truly Rodri's passing bag and his like skill set, like the passes that he can make and with the touch that he can make them, they're so amazing. There are a couple passes where he like it went sharply across his body, but it was like with enough where it was perfectly, but he hits it wide out to Nunes and it's like just like this low darting cross perfectly to Nunes. He then sends very similar type of cross inside to and it looks like it's going to hit Haaland, but Berga actually heads it down. Semenyo reads it and gets to the ball before the keeper can, and he pushes it through. The answer is O'Reilly's goal because even Haaland, he receives the ball, he knocks it to his left real quick and just kicks the crap out of it and just outside of the way of Bernd Leno. And it was what it was. That was the rest of the game. I'm not going to lie. After he made all those subs, the game became very like flowy. They were letting Fulham get into the game. I was being very frustrated. I was very frustrated with Shirky's engine, how his engine is. There were definitely moments where I was like, bro, because he's just up and down the pitch. He's taking his time. Reinders just like constantly only asking for long balls. Like he's not really. So you have Reinders and Shirky not necessarily getting stuck in back there. But the second we get the ball, they're both just like, get the ball. And then you see him jog back. I'm just like, so you can try. You can try. That's frustrating. Fulham never really looked like they were going to score. So I wasn't like too worried. But you want to see a complete game. But it was in hand. It was what it was.
You didn't think You didn't think old Oscar Bob was going to put it
No.
away?
No.
Well, I was watching on mute and also working to much like Tarek, so I didn't really hear what the crowd reaction was.
Everybody
to
stood up
him.
and they clapped. They showed him
Okay.
love. Yeah, they showed him. No, so many people are mad that he left, but also it's very similar to like Cole Palmer. Everyone's upset Cole Palmer left. He chose to leave. Pep said, "You will be the man this year," and he said, "No, thanks. I want to go to London." It's very similar to Oscar Bob, where people are just like, why are we?"
The only difference is that we know Oscar Bob wasn't going to be the man. Like, Semenyo was going to be the man. And then Savinho was going to be the man. And then you, Bobby. Like, that's the only difference is that, like, Cole was ready to take over. We were ready to give it to him. He said, I'm ready for something different. You took too long. Bob ain't that guy. And it's funny when you see one player, you think of one person. As soon as I saw Bob, I said, oh, Tarek. Like, I think of him like your long lost cousin, like his little cousin out there. But credit to City, y'all. We held down a clean sheet.
Yes.
We have not conceded an open play goal in 2 matches. So from the Tottenham capitulation, the only goal we've given up in 2 matches was a sober slide banger. So now I will say Diaz and Gahey, bravo.
Mm-hmm.
That's some real classic defending. Like they look good together.
I was pleasantly surprised when number one, Nunes came off for Husinov, and the amount of ground that Husinov was covering, like he was getting up and down like the wing. I was like, oh yeah. Sometimes I just forget that you're
not
that
giving
fast.
him the ball. I actually loved it. He was
At
doing
all.
his job. He was there,
he was there. He was available. And they were like, but we're not passing.
They looked. They were like, oh, he's all right. Left.
He's that wide receiver who's fast. He's like, hey, what's his name? Troy. Damn.
Oh no, Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Just out there doing cardio. The sacrificial X.
You gotta go deep. Take the top off the defense, and we're gonna play underneath. Thank you for your service.
Facts, absolutely. The game was the game. Okay, so post match, again they were like, so Pep, 3 points from Arsenal.
No, 3 points. Talking about that? We are not 9 points before Anfield. We are not 3 points before Brentford Arsenal. So after that, we'll see. So we'll see. But it's always, I said, it's focus, grow. So it's how we can be more consistent during 90 minutes, how he can be better, and the players feel that doing what we want to do, wow, we can do it, in terms of mentality and patterns, defensively, offensively, and that we are doing.
Getting there, close. And then again, he was asked about the brilliance of Semenyo. It doesn't matter where he has been put up front, he thrives.
No, it's not a secret. Sometimes you make one player play in position that position requires certain attributes that the player has to have, and he has. So it's not more complicated than that. If you need to attack a midfielder, receive, turn, and attack central defender, he has that attribute. To play right, left, both sides can do it. Can a striker in behind can do it. So he's incredible skills, can do that. So, and after he's so open-minded, he's so generous in the effort. When he jumps, the pace that he does, it's unbelievable. So, and have an incredible sense of goal. This type of balls in the box, the second balls, the chaos there always is there. I smell that situation, and they're really good.
It's so interesting to hear Pep say that, especially like I was able to watch the first half. And one of the things that Jim Beglin kept on saying in the commentary was that, man, it just seems like Haaland and Semenyo are so far apart and that they're not able to develop a true relationship. And now this is already after Semenyo had scored, which I was like, and so Charlie, I want to ask you this. Since Doku's absence, have you noticed that it seems we're playing kind of more of a 4-4-2 as opposed to the 4-3-3 that we've become accustomed to seeing Pep play?
It's, from what I've seen, and obviously people who do the analysis job, I try to read their work. It's kind of like a blend of like that 4-2-2-2 And so the goal is to keep it narrow, but give all the lines and layers and all that. And then people spread and they play. But at the core of it is like, we want to have these 3 lines because it protects us against counters. And as Cherky said after that one match, is like, we love this system, right? We get all these combinations and all this play. So, yeah, I think the base of it, though, is like a 2-person attack. And as a FIFA player, I love it because I love playing with 2 strikers because you really can't stop them when they know how to interplay. So I think understanding that Semenyo's been at the club for 5 weeks. He already has 7 GA and 8 appearances. He's making things happen every time he's on the pitch, basically. Except I think Anfield might have been the only game where he didn't do something like in a end product. But like, it's gonna be really scary what they develop in just like April when they've had 2 months together or 3 months, and you're like, wait, now we're going into the run-in, and we have our system out. We have Doku coming back. We can work him in onto the bench. Like, you give Pep his full plethora of options up front, all 6. I don't know how you stop us, man. Like, I genuinely don't know. Like, that's why we lead the league in goals, and it's not close. Especially open play goals, Arsenal fans. Open play goals. The ones that really matter.
Oh, also, to your point, I just looked it up for Ryan Cherky. In all competitions, 9 goals, 10 assists already. So...
But in the Prem, they're flipped. In the Prem only, Phil has 7 goals, Cherky has 3. Cherky has 7 assists, Phil has 3. So, like, they clearly play to their strengths in the Premier League. But like, overall comps, when he's in the FA Cup, like, he starts on Saturday, which I expect him to do, he's probably going to have 2 and 2. Like, he can do whatever he wants against Silver City.
Love it. Okay. This match against Salford. Shout out to Danny of One Up Front blog. Had him back on from last year to talk about the match. The club, they recently came to have a new investors. So they have money now. They have a slightly better squad. City beat them down 8-0 last year. They should do better. They're still in League 2. They're in the promotion playoff position, and they should stay there. They should stay there without any crumbling. But last season, they were in a really good run of form and then lost 8-0. And after that, I think they didn't win a game, and I think it was like 7 or 8 matches. He's kind of worried that another beat down could be terrible for the club's confidence and lead to more despair. I will be very interested to see in subs. Like, I'd love to see Severe Naipan get a playing time. Let's see. Alien Holland. We know we won't see him because he asked to get taken off against Fulham at half. Said that he just wasn't feeling good. It's niggles. Shouldn't be too serious. It's going to be some subs, some rotation, but it's still going to be a very strong squad against a League 2 team.
I mean, yeah, you could put the whole bench in that didn't play today, full rotation, and still win 3-0. Like, I think this is going to be like a 3-0 tidy win. And we see who we get.
That rotation would be still a very strong squad.
Yep. For sure, yeah.
What do you got, Terry, for a prediction?
You said it was 8 last time?
Yeah.
I'll say 4.
Yeah, we don't have Doku, and Doku was the one who just terrorized them.
I'll say 4.
Play it, Crunk. Play it.
Oh, I actually don't have that clip. I need to get it. We really haven't scored it. So like, this team has broken me. So I'll get it for our watch along. But he said 6. So that's what he did. I love that. I'm here for it too. I think we're going to score more than 3, but less than 8. So it's not necessarily a great prediction, but it is what it is. We're going to beat them down.
I was on mute. I got 5. Give me 5.
Oh, I like that.
We'll go
I like that.
Run the gambit. between 4 to 6. Somebody's gonna be right.
Oh man, I hope so, and I want to see Alien get a header. He needs some confidence. You can definitely tell that he's not as confident on the ball when he's been playing.
He's not
compared to
playing any more matches this year. Y'all know that, right? Like this could be the last time we see Max, and it's been great.
Oh, 100%.
Thank you for your service. Just be there as an emergency center back. Train, get better with the first team. That's what you're getting, guy. You didn't got to go live in Watford. I don't know where Watford is. You back in Manchester. Enjoy it. But yeah, you a squad player. You and Rico, y'all hang out, play some video games. You know, go to coffee shops. Do what y'all do.
Charlie, who sees the pitch first? Max, Alien, after this match. Who sees the pitch first? Max Alien or John Stones?
Oh my God, you're crazy.
It's gonna be Stones, and it's gonna be like, I trust you, John. Like we're gonna put him in as like a third center back to just like shore up something. Like Stones, because Stones is still great.
Yeah,
they ain't neither one of them seeing the pitch after this game. Both of them jokers gonna go sit down on the sideline, go sit down with the rest of the folks. Just sit there, look pretty, wave to the cameras when they come by, pretend like you're engaged, and just sit there because you're not playing, bro. You don't deserve to play.
He's gonna play against Burnley. Watch, he's gonna play against Burnley because remember we're gonna have Champions League coming up. We're gonna need somebody to have a rest. That match is like Saturday, April 25th. We should be in like Champions League quarters or semis by then. John Stones is going to see the pitch in the Premier League. I will put money on that. Gonna see him. Funny. And it's a farewell. At the very least, he gets in last game of the season. We're at home against Villa.
That's fair.
You'll see a John Stones send off with Bernardo, Diaz. All the old guard will be on the pitch. It'll be scenes.
I can't argue.
It'll be beautiful.
That's
I'm clipping this.
True.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
That's probably true. But what's really going to happen, and we all know this, there's a international break in March. John Stones is going to be healthy. When he returns, he will not be healthy. So he ain't playing no more. He's not playing no more this season.
Mr. Glass. Shout out to the Malley twins. Mr. Glass is here. Mr. Glass. That boy, man. Hey,
we'll
to be
see
that graceful of a footballer.
He'll magically be healed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, starting for England, running it. Like, he's going to be like Streets forget about, or Streets never forget John Stones' treble season. Like, it was like the peak of center back DM play, and that was it. And then it went away. Yep. But we always have that moment. He got us all the trophies. And thank you, John. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So. You broke world football for a year.
Oh, it's so funny. All right, that's our episode. Shout out to the show bros, killing it as always. Tarek, we'll start with you. How can people find you and things that you do?
Tarek Peterson, TarikPeterson. Find me there on social media.
If there's a social media app and I use it, you can find me at TomBomb816. You can also find me at The 12. Again, The 12, which is the WSL podcast that you should be listening to. We record tomorrow night.
And I am at Sharpie Charlie on every social media platform. Find me on your watch-alongs with Crunk Chocolate. We'll be there Friday for the women's match, and we'll be there Saturday morning for FA against Salford, where we'll be practicing counting in different languages, Crunk. I'm going to come in with some different languages, and we're going to start saying the number of the player that scores the goal. So if it's in French, if like Turkey scores 3, we got to say trois. If somebody in Spaniard scores 4, we got to say cuatro. We're going to practice all languages to make this interesting.
I thought you were going to just say like how many goals it was. You talking about the number itself.
Yeah, you got to raise the ringer, okay? On the teach, we got to raise it.
That's right. I
might be able to fall through for the women's watch along on Friday. So
hey, that's exciting.
It's a party.
Yep. I mean, it will be my birthday, so
yeah, sir.
Hey. And all things SOB, Shades of Blue and W on all the apps. Shades of Blue in W. Yeah. Until next time, you know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.